Melody FM, mi gboro títí. 100.7, mi gboro títí. Lọ́lọ́yà ilé làwọn o. Mi gboro títí. Báṣọ̀run sáà làwọn o. Mi gboro títí. Bá mi gboro títí. Ètò lóríṣiríṣi. Mi gboro títí. Ìròyìn tí ó lè já mẹ́kàn. Mi gboro títí. Ẹjọ́ àpò olówó. Mi gboro títí. Kọjá ilé ìta ni wà rán wa. Mi gboro títí. Melody ló mi gboro. Mi gboro títí.
Ìkànnì tó kọjá rẹ́kẹrẹ́kẹ́ Melody FM Ìbàdàn.
God did this thing when he made you. Woman to woman, the one in a billion. She a queen, she a vision. Pretty woman, beautiful woman, so fine she causing confusion. Keep your head up, no look down. You say to yourself, look at me now, you see me a bad bitch. First class baby, you know me status. Super icon, me no need to practice. Walking around, everybody wants this. When you see me coming, better bow down for me. Window, come pour a flower for me. I'm looking at a girl in a mirror, and here's what she said to me. She said, woman to woman, the one in a billion. She a queen, she a vision. Pretty woman, beautiful woman, so fine she causing confusion. Keep your head up, no look down. You say to yourself, sure you want cause it's something. With the way you dey move your body, yoddy. Fine girl, no be smarty. Us babe where they run this. Naughty, sexy girl, go dey hide yourself. Not for nobody else. See the girl in a mirror. This what she said to me. She said, woman to woman, oh, you're one in a billion. She a queen, she a vision. You a pretty woman, beautiful woman, so fine she causing confusion.
I'm using a script today. Good afternoon. It's another Wednesday, and I'm so excited to be with you once again on another episode of the Women's Shelter on Melody 101.7 FM. Thank you so much for joining us once again. It's the program that is all about promoting the development of women, not just in Ibadan or your state, in Nigeria, and all over the world, because it's an interconnected world. And I know that what we are doing on this space is not just for Ibadan or just the society. It's something that is going to go all over the world. Thank you once again for joining us. Today we are having a very critical and an important conversation, something that has to do with the core of this program. I mean, what this program is all about. I'd said from the very first day that this program is supposed to be a safe space for women, somewhere where women can come and talk about whatever it is that is bothering them, where they can find answers to issues that they feel that they are struggling with and need solutions to. And that's why I said that the conversation we're having today is one that is very critical and important to what this program is all about. So I hope that you're going to not just listen, but pay utmost attention as we're going to unpack the lot that we have today, because it's a whole lot. That's why I said the lot that we have today. Once again, my name is Oluwatoyin Adeyemi, your host on this show, and I'm glad once again to be on the program this afternoon. My guest is from a very, how do I put it now? I can actually call them the foremost women safe house in Ibadan. I think I knew about them before I even heard about other people that are doing such in the States. And which organization am I talking about this afternoon? I'm talking about the Women Safe House Sustenance Initiative. So my guest is from that organization. She's the program's director. Am I right? The manager, the program's manager, yes. She's the program's manager. And I will just allow her to introduce herself when we get to that space. Let me quickly mention that there's a segment of this program that we may have to leave out today because there's so much we will have to talk about and we may not have time to take that segment. So we'll just go on a short music break because I want us to go into the discussion with a particular mood, and I believe that the music we want to play now will just put us in that right mood for the conversation this afternoon.
Our uniforms and you are uniforms too. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too, Mr. Jailer. Oh, I have fears, you have fears too. I'll die, but you self will die too. Life is beautiful, don't you think so too, Mr. Jailer? I'm talking to you, Jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let him is without sin be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer, man, you suppress.
You're welcome back, and you're still listening to the Women's Shelter on Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan. My name is Oluwatoyin Adeyemi. I told you when we went for that short music break that when we return, my guest is going to introduce herself. So let me allow her to do that right away. My guests would like to meet you.
Yes, good evening, everybody, and it's so great to be here.
Okay.
And I'm Omobawumi Ibubeayodele, and I'm the program manager of Women Safe House Sustenance Initiative.
Okay.
What is Women Safe House? Who are we? Women Safe House is a women-based, feminist, and women-focused led organization based in Nigeria.
Okay.
And we are basically focused around gender-based violence faced by women and girls. What do? We are survivor-centered. So we are the people that are provide services. We provide psychosocial support in terms of a helpline. We have a helpline, a 24-hour helpline that takes calls all across domestic violence, sexual violence, economic abuse, and we run a shelter where when women are endangered, when they are stranded, they can come to the shelter and they're safe. Yeah. So there are a whole lot, but let me just stop there. Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say, that we're going to come back to all of that.
Okay.
But now I just need you to just introduce yourself, and I feel that you have done that. So now let's go into the conversation proper. You know, like I always love to say on this program, we are supposed to be like a safe space where women can come and tell us about what their struggles are And I know that one struggle that women go through, especially those who are married and even those who are just in relationship, is this issue of domestic violence. Because I don't want to limit it to marriage relationships alone. There are people who are just courting or just normal boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. We are aware that that also happens in such relationships too. So I don't want us to limit our discussion to just marriage situations. So it's something that bothers me as a person. Recently, we heard about this woman somewhere in Ogun State, but in Lagos State, who was killed by her husband. It was a very gruesome one, because this man killed the wife in the presence of his children. Especially, okay, no, I think it was only one of the children that was there. The lady, I think she's still a teenager. The teenager, it was right in her presence that the act was done, and then he went ahead to kill himself. So, and we also heard sometimes back of this particular woman who was a very popular gospel artist. I think she was best known for Osinachi, for Ekweme, that the husband also killed her. So we cannot deny the fact that this is more like a pandemic in Nigeria. And I really appreciate the work that people like you do in that space. I mean, in terms of providing some sort of protection for women who are ready, to leave abusive relationships or toxic situations like that. So now, I would just want you to tell us about your experience, working here in Ibadan or your states. I mean, in terms of the prevalence of domestic violence, like how often do you get calls from women who want to come to your shelter? You may not know, but I have referred one person to your shelter before. I think she came all the way from Oyo Town. She actually contacted me from Oyo Town, and I went online and I saw the Save House, and I said, oh, there's a place in Ibadan where you could reach out to. And I think you were able to house her for like 3 months thereabouts. So I would like you to take it from there.
Okay, from my experience with working in this space in Oyo State in Ibadan, I will start by saying that domestic violence is faced by men and women. So it's not just women.
Okay.
But because of the work I do, we are focused on women and girls. So more of the things I will be saying will be directed to that women. So domestic violence is very common. That's just the truth. It's not something that is minimal in our society today. It's something that happens every moment. In fact, right now as we're here, I'm very sure one woman is
somewhere.
Exactly, it's happening somewhere. So it's something that happens so commonly, and it's cut across emotional abuse, domestic abuse. Many times when people hear domestic abuse, they feel it's only physical. They feel it's only when a man is beating a woman. But domestic violence right now has gone beyond physical abuse. It cuts across emotional. When those are invisible forms of abuse. When you cannot actually.
You're answering my second question, already, and it's fine. You can go on.
Okay.
Yes.
So
talking about the different forms of domestic violence now.
Yes. Okay. I think I should just stop there. So it's very common. It's very common. Just that many times domestic violence go unreported. There are so many cases that they are not in the police station. They are not with the official places where you can report it. But it's very common.
It's very common. Okay, I would have just asked a follow-up question immediately, but because I have that question somewhere and I don't want to disrupt the flow of the program, so I'll just ask my next question, which was what you were answering before you said you should stop there. So you just continue from where you stopped.
Okay.
Many people believe that domestic violence is just about the physical abuse, when the man or the woman is beating the other partner. But now, from what you had also said, it takes many forms. I know that there's the There's even the financial one.
Yes.
There's the emotional one. There's the verbal, economic, the sexual. So I want you to just dwell briefly on these different forms. Yes.
Okay, so when we talk about domestic violence, like I said earlier, it's not only physical. So it's cut across physical abuse. That's where you see someone is being slapped, being punched. That's physical. Economic are the invisible forms of abuse, where somebody constantly is gaslighting the woman, telling her, "Oh, you're worthless. You cannot achieve anything." Things like that. Those are the emotional forms of abuse. Then when it comes to the economic abuse, it's also very prevalent among women, where the man, if I'm very interesting, I think I heard of a story this morning where a woman got a job. She was to be paid 1.5 million every month, and a man told her that she's going to only be receiving 50,000 from the money and the rest of the money will be paid into his account. That is
and she was seeking public opinion, Abby.
Yes.
Like, what should I do?
Yes, what should I do? That's really crazy, and that is economic abuse. There are times when the man will go and close the woman's shop, maybe because they had an issue at home. That's economic abuse. Also, when it comes to, there's a form of abuse that many people have not really understood it. That's the technology facilitated abuse, where people use technology to victimize women.
Whoa.
Yes, because technology is very gender centered, so many people have not really recognized this. These days people use AI to generate people's nudes.
That's right.
You don't see a woman's picture.
I think they do that mostly for celebrities.
No, they even do it for even people that are not celebrities. A whole lot. You hear a lady or a woman say, "Oh, somebody is sharing my news, and I did not share any picture with him.
Anyone.
They've just generated, used AI to generate."
Yes.
So it's cut across so many things.
Wow, that's a whole lot. Honestly, you've raised a very, very important points there, and I'm sure that many people can relate. So let's just stop there, because I would have loved you to talk more about that technological part, because it's the technological world, and but then let's see if we have time to take that as well. But now let's just go to the next question, and it's just borders of the fact that the domestic violence we talk about, people just feel like maybe we are doing too much. Like, why are you trying to play up this thing? Like, sometimes people correct the people they love. Like, when you love your spouse and you do something wrong, you can decide to punish them, maybe by beating them or by withholding love from them, or by withholding money. We're talking about financial abuse and all of that. And they're like, well, that should be your parents can even correct you when you do what is wrong, so it's a form. And you say your parents don't love you, because I'm just trying to so that we can make it as practical as possible. So my point is, can you explain the emotional, psychological, just anyone you can take, as much as you can take, and the physical effects of domestic violence? Because like I said, people feel you play it up too much, that maybe it's not a big deal. But let's look at the effects. Like, if domestic violence continues and it's not checked, what are the effects on that? Not just on the people in that relationship. I mean, the man, the woman, and sometimes the children when it's a marriage situation. Please, let's talk about the effects.
Okay, when we talk about the effects are a lot. Actually, like when I started, I said that domestic violence are faced by men and women, and also the effects the same thing. The effects are also experienced by the men, the women, and even the children. So when it has to do with the women, firstly, I'll start by sometimes they become suicidal. There are so many of the suicidal cases that you see today. So if you really look at the background or the roots of those issues, they're from domestic violence. So, because maybe somebody has been gaslighting the woman, and gradually, many women don't know that when somebody starts to gaslight you, gradually you are losing yourself, losing your identity, your confidence, and gradually they don't even know who they are anymore. So they become suicidal. They just want to end their lives. They just want to end everything. They feel that at least when they die, they will not be experiencing those forms of abuse. Also, like I said, low self-esteem. They lose their confidence. You see a woman that maybe she was everywhere, she was at the top of her job. Once she starts experiencing violence, you will notice that this person used to be so confident. She used to be very, outspoken. She's now a shadow of herself. So it also appears in that regard. So now, when let me come to the part of children. So children are the second responders or people that experience violence directly. So when it comes to children, you see that some children, they're very violent. Little things at school, they are fighting. Yes, because they have seen their parents fight in the house. Sometimes they are just very rude. Sometimes rudeness doesn't come from maybe home training. It's because of what they've been seeing at home. Maybe the father calls the...
And children learn more by imitation.
Yes,
it's what they see.
Yes, and sometimes it may not even be true violence, or maybe the children are violent. Sometimes it could be that the children are withdrawn. Some children are so withdrawn. Even if you ask them what's your name, they cannot talk. They just want to be away. They isolate themselves from everybody.
Like
so
antisocial.
Yes. So it manifests in so many ways, and it has so many effects.
Thank you very much. Because I think that the impact is a part we need to really dwell on. Because like I said, people feel like you do too much. Why do you stress so much on this thing? So we need to really do I put it now, drum on the impact, So let's talk about the cultural part now. You notice that in this part of the world, society, cultural beliefs, religion, family, pressure, and stigma. I've noticed that it often silence women. You said the other time that most cases often go unreported. People don't talk about it. Not necessarily that we don't have many people going through this particular thing, but they just feel like maybe their social status is going to reduce if they talk about what it is that they are experiencing. I don't know, I'm just saying. So like I said, these factors that I've listed, society, cultural beliefs, religion, how do these factors make it harder for women to speak up or to leave abusive relationship?
Okay. What I'm going to say may be very surprising to people, but I don't believe that cultural beliefs or religious beliefs is really the problem.
Or maybe family pressure, like I said, stigma, maybe their social status is going to reduce.
Yeah, so the truth is that cultural beliefs, religious beliefs are not the problem.
Okay.
We are in a society where our society is patriarchal. So patriarchy manifests at the workplace, in the family, in your religious gatherings. It manifests even when you're entering public transport. To manifest. So it's not really about the culture, or maybe it's the culture that is a problem. But many times our culture, there are patriarchal cultural beliefs, there are non-patriarchal cultural beliefs that do not really affect women. So when it comes to the patriarchal cultural beliefs that really affect women, these cultural beliefs are the ones that influence stigma. That's when a woman surrounds herself and feels like being a missus is everything in her life. That's the highest achievement she can ever be attained.
Like she won't be respected.
Yes, exactly.
She doesn't have the missus title.
Yeah, she doesn't have the missus title. I remember there was a case like that we handled. There was a man. He has been beating his wife. He has been abusing his wife and all of that. And it even went to the extent of him taking the wife to court, that he wanted to divorce her. And all the woman could think of after the divorce process was that, so she's no longer be called Mrs.
like the same woman that was being beaten.
Yes, this woman has been beaten physically, spiritually, economically, in all regard. But everything that could just come to her mind was that, so they will not call her Mrs. again. So it's really a lot. And when it comes to family pressures, many people are pressurized to even enter relationships. Most times in our society, once they are approaching 30, be like, Where is your husband? Won't you get married? Won't you do this? Won't you do that? And then they are forced to enter relationships that they should not enter into. That's why when the
So because
abuse,
of that pressure, you don't even pay
yes,
attention to the red
exactly.
flags or whatever.
So when the problem even starts, you don't even know how to run back to those people that have pressurized you. So it's cut across a lot actually. So our society is patriarchal in naturally, and even when it comes to the religious part, that's where religions also are patriarchal. That's why even our spiritual leaders unknowingly, they don't know that even in their messages they're patriarchal. They will say some messages and the woman sitting in the audience or in the crowd is
Submission.
Yes, she's going through a lot of things.
Someone that just one is beating,
Yes.
and you're saying maybe you are not submissive.
Exactly. So she's going through a lot in the audience, and she you have already said a message. She does not even know what to say afterwards. Should she come and meet you? And even when they come and meet you, they will tell you, "Oh, go and pray about it. Oh, believe in God." I'm 100% of the motion that prayer works. But the truth is that sometimes you have to look at what the law says. And of that, I believe we're going to go further into what the law says.
Of
Yes,
course.
so you have to be realistic in this situation. We cannot just say that, oh, let's just pray and everything will go away and all of that. These things are real and we should know about it.
Thank you very much. I think you'd answered a lot of questions of many people that are listening to us out there. I'm sure that there's a woman out there who is probably in this same situation that we're talking about, and she needs answers to some of the things that she's going through, because sometimes people are doing certain things and they don't even know why they are doing it. I didn't get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like the woman you were talking about the other time, who is just concerned about, so I'm not going to be bearing misses again. There's something wrong with her sense of self-worth as a person. So if she doesn't deal with that low self-esteem or whatever it is, that self of identity that is already flawed, she's not even going to get around figuring out how to, because she's still going to go into another marriage and she'll have the same problem.
Exactly.
If she has not sat down, do like a self-examination or get help, because I know that we're going to get there
Yes.
too, because there's the place that people have to, like, but you have to even come to that point where you know that, okay, so I have a problem myself.
Yes.
Because for you to even go into certain relationship, something is wrong within, because there are some relationships you're not going to if there's not, like, something is not wrong within you as a person. So, and then when you get to that point where you self-evaluate, you can now go and find help,
Yes.
So now I believe that answers are being provided to questions in people's minds out there, and we're going to even provide more answers as we go on in the show. So the next part that we're talking about now is very important, but then I feel like we've taken on so much, we should just relax a little bit before we go deeper into the program. So let's take a music break and I'll be back shortly. Thank you.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain top, and no one is running. I wake up in the morning, tell you what I see on my TV screen. I see the blood of an innocent child, and everybody's watching. Now I'm looking out my window, and what do I see? I see an army of a soldier man marching.
Hey, thank you for staying tuned to Melody 100.7 FM. You're still listening to the Women's Shelter with your host Oluwatoyin Adeyemi. My guest today is from the Women Save House Sustenance Initiative, Omobawumi. That's her name. I told her it's a beautiful name, and she's going to tell me more about that name later. So I would just like to quickly do some translation in Yoruba. Nǹkan tá a ti ń sọ látàárọ̀ lórí ètò yìí òun náà ni nípa nǹkan tá à ń pè ní domestic violence. À ń pè ní àwọn ìjà tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin lọ́kọ-láyà àti ẹ̀fẹ́ ṣe ní pé àwọn tó ti fẹ́ra wọn sílé gan, àwọn míì wà tó yẹ pé wọ́n wà lójú ọ̀nà tí wọ́n máa ń fi ìyà jẹra wọn nínú ìgbéyàwó àti àwọn tí wọ́n tiẹ̀ tí ì ṣègbéyàwó mo ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. So à ń sọ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà tí ìkan burúkú yìí tó máa ń gbà ní àwùjọ. So àlejò mi wọ́n ti ṣàlàyé lóríṣiríṣi nípa bí àwọn obìnrin bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń, àti wọ́n ní kò tiẹ̀ ń ṣe obìnrin nìkan gan ni wọ́n máa ń la àwọn ìlàkọjá yìí kọjá, pé àwọn ọkùnrin míì náà wà tí wọ́n máa ń ní ìlàkọjá yìí. Òun náà la dẹ̀ ń sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n a máa tún sọ nípa ẹni tó wà ní bóyá ibi tí ìyà ti ń jẹ nínú ìgbéyàwó, bóyá ọkọ ló ń lù ìyàwó ni, bí ìyàwó ló ń lọ ọkọ. Àlejò mi náà sọ fún mi pé àwọn ọkùnrin míì náà wà pé bóyá ìyàwó wọn ló ń lù wọ́n àbí tó ń fìyà jẹ wọ́n nínú àjọṣepọ̀ tí wọ́n jọ ní. So mo dẹ̀ sọ nípa àwọn èyí tá a ti gbọ́ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára nípa àwọn obìnrin tó ti kú nípa pé kí orí ọkọ máa na aya yìí nínú ìgbéyàwó. A ní kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí mo sọ nípa ẹ̀. Báwo la ṣe lè dáwọ́ àwọn nǹkan yìí dúró láwùjọ? Gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń sọ lórí ètò yìí náà nìyẹn, so that àwọn obìnrin wọn ní máa kú ikú àìtọ́jọ́ tí a dẹ̀ máa tún àwùjọ wa ṣe. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, ètò yìí ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tí a bá jẹ́ kí obìnrin, kí ìgbéga kó bá wa ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. So eléyìí náà ó jẹ́ ọ̀nà tí a tún fi ń ṣe tá a tún ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìdàgbàsókè obìnrin. So ẹ máa bá wa lọ. My guest, I won't want to stress you to go into that translation part, so let me just do the bits that I can do. And then this part is very important, especially for anyone listening to us who may be experiencing abuse right now. So I just like to talk about how they can get immediate help, for a woman who is out there that is in an abusive relationship, and she just needs to take a step at the moment, like an immediate action. What can she do? I'm talking about women because this is a women's show. I'm sorry. So yes. So what step can she take to protect herself and stay safe? Like a woman who is in a relationship, and the husband is beating her, in a marriage relationship now, or maybe even boyfriend, girlfriend, and she's being battered. She feels stuck. She feels like there's no way I can go. This is the person that is providing for me, for someone in marriage. This person that is taking care of my children, that is paying my children's school fees. I can't get help anywhere. If I go now, it's going to help me. So please, just speak to this category of women. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so when it has to do with women that are going through this abuse, what can they really do? How can they protect themselves? Well, I will not really want to go into directly what can they do to protect themselves, because I know that the perpetrators are also listening.
That's right.
Yes, to this. So I will say that they can reach out to us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, definitely before the end of the program,
Yes,
we'll share our helpline.
Like
so they can reach out to us, and because every situation is different, we can't say, oh, this is the way we address issues generally. There's no one cap fits all to issues. So every issue is distinct. So usually we like to hear what the woman is going through, because sometimes women don't even know that they are going through abuse. They feel that always, even when the man is beating them, that is when they receive love. So firstly, what stage are they going through? Because there's a cycle of violence, and we have to understand at what point are they in the cycle of violence, so that we can help them. So firstly, have they recognized that they're in an abusive relationship? So they should reach out, and there are several.
You know what? You are still going to give your number.
Yeah.
But because this part, I want you to even give your like the helpline. Just the helpline. Like there's someone who is listening right now. Who feels stuck, who feel like there's no way I can go, I'm stuck, I can't start all over again, like I don't know what to do. The husband is beating her, there's no love again, the husband is cheating, there's emotional abuse, there's financial, so please just call the helpline now.
Okay, so our helpline is 081 211 33399. 081-211-33399.
Thank you very much. Yes. I just wanted to call it like right now because time is very important. Yes. So now let's talk about support services again, So just tell us like what are the support services that are provided by your organization, the Women Save House Sustenance Initiative. I want you to tell us how women can access these services if they need help. You have provided the helpline the other time, but then just tell us briefly, like, okay, these are the things that we do, counseling, you have told us that you have a safe house, you provide shelter, so just tell us like in bits like that.
Okay, in bits. Okay, I will start with the helpline. Okay. So we have a 24-hour helpline. Okay. It's always on.
That number you called?
Yeah, that number, it doesn't go off.
Okay.
So a woman, if you are stranded by 2 a.m., maybe somebody is, even though we're not able to come to at that moment, we can guide you on what to do. Okay. And interestingly, this helpline
to just stay safe so that you don't die.
Yes, exactly. And interestingly, this helpline is national. Okay. So if you are in Abuja, you can call the helpline. Whoa. Even people outside the country call the helpline.
Wow,
because some people, they have sisters or nieces or people, even their mothers that are in Nigeria, and they don't.
So when they call the helpline, what do you do for them?
So sometimes they can send their numbers to us or tell us where their location is, or we'll tell them that they should reach out to us. So that's the first one, the helpline. Let me not dwell too much on that. Yeah. Then we have the shelter. The shelter is a place where women can come in. It's very comfortable, very accessible. It's confidential, so it's not a place that when you are there you are scared that the perpetrator is going to come and attack you. Then we have support groups. Okay. Our support groups cut across different groups. So we have Sister Circle. We have a support group, Sister Circle, that holds every quarter. It's community based. So we go into communities, gather women, because we realize that many of these women, they cannot really speak to these things, or they cannot share these things to people. So it's like a safe space where people can just share. Then we also have what we call the survivors retreats. We usually hold this at the end of the year, around November, during the 16 days of activism. Yeah, so we gather we gather survivors from all around in Ibadan, and just sometimes 3 days, 2 days, we are just together sharing different things and encouraging ourselves. So those are some of the few ways that and also through legal aid too.
Yes, so, because that's actually supposed to be my next question, like talking about legal protection, like what's available, maybe not even just by organization, but like what legal services are available for women who are going through one form of abuse or the other. So just touch briefly on that.
So answering the legal aspect of it. So in Oyo State, there's the VAP law, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition law, that's cut across all these issues: physical abuse, domestic abuse, and all these abuses have been criminalized. So and they are like ways that they are punishable by law. So and many people don't know these things. That's why they still fall victims of these things. So and when it comes to that, so that means you can freely go to the police to report these issues. You can go to civil defense. Many people still don't know that civil defense exists in Ibadan. So you can they are very active. Yes. You can go to Ministry of Women Affairs, and now there's even a rapid response team in Ibadan that you can just directly report your issues to.
All right. Thank you very much. You'd really dwelled, I'm glad that we could get as much information out of that part of the program. So now, sometimes people are confused. There was a time that someone was talking to me at work, and she was like, there's this church person who is going through abuse, and the husband would beat her, and she would come and just cry, and she would not know what to do, because now she's scared that if she tell her, okay, yeah, leave, like tomorrow the woman might go back, and it be like she's the one that's trying to break her marriage, and she even said that the woman said she had told the leadership of the church, and that the question they asked her was like, what did you do? Like, and that really, because it wasn't like she did anything wrong. Like, it was just that this person just keeps, abusing her and all. Like, so now, how can people actually intervene? Talking about neighbors, family, friends, because trust me, people are confused. They don't know how to help. Like, and you find out at the end of the day, people get like survivors now or victims get a lot of wrong advice, making them to probably just stay in there, and then it gets worse and worse to the point that some people had to die in that situation. So please, just let's do it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
What do you advise them? Like, what's the practical step for you to do? Like, that you are not a professional, you're not a clinical psychologist, you are not a professional in that sense of providing the help that people need, but what can you do as the neighbor, the person that someone has reported to, or that this person is beating their wife, or this woman is going through abuse? How can you help them?
Okay, I will start when answering that question. I will start by saying that believe them. That's the first thing. When a woman comes to you, believe what she's saying.
And don't judge them.
Yeah, don't judge them. Listen,
like,
be
you
attentive.
caused this, you brought this on yourself.
Yes. Many times a woman will go to someone to report issues like that, and they were like, okay, he beat you, what did you do?
What did you
We should not ask. There's some questions that shouldn't be asked. So believe them.
Because she didn't have to do anything.
Yes. So believe them, listen to them. Let's be our sister's keeper. So if we are seeing something, we should say something. We should not say that, oh, it's not my family member. The truth is that if it's not happening to you now, it can happen to you tomorrow. It can happen to your child tomorrow. It can happen to your sister tomorrow. So be that person that you're always your sister's keeper. When you see something, say something. There are so many organizations that work in this with these issues, including our organization. Reach out to these organizations and report.
Thank you very much. I think that's exactly the point I want to get out. They can actually reach out to your organization and report. Like, you can report on behalf of someone that that this person is going through abuse, but they are not speaking out, and you are scared that they would die in that situation. So please, can you come and help them?
And you don't have to reveal your identity.
You don't have to. It can be anonymous. Thank you very much. So at this point, I just want to quickly get the studio lines out, because I feel like there's probably someone who wants to call in. Maybe you are going through a situation, or you have a question that you want to ask bordering on the topic we've been discussing since. So please call these lines. I'll call the number slowly. 070 2520 1007. 070 2520 1007. You can also call this other line 070 55 07 1007. 070 55 07 1007. So the call lines are out there. Do you have a call? Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Is on the line. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from? Talano. Okay, do you have a question for us? Do you have a question? Oh, okay. All right, let me call I would like us to, even if it's just one call that we can take today before we go. 070 25 20 1007. 070 55 07 1007. She's still going to leave. Okay, we have another call. Hello.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm doing well. I like your program. It's very interesting and very insightful. But I want her to call their friends number.
Okay.
Their office number again.
Okay, you want them to call their helpline again. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
They are going to do that.
Yes.
It's the last thing that she's going to do. Thank you. Okay, so we are rounding off now. Do we have another call? Okay. So she's going to call her the helpline of the organization once again before she goes, because that's very important. That's why I told her to call it rather the other time, because I know that there are lots of people who might want to reach out to your organization who needs help out there. Thank you so much. So finally, okay, we have another call. Wow. Okay, hopefully they will, but then let's just continue. We have another call, we'll take it. So now I want us to talk about how you think that people, listeners out there, can support the work that you do, because I know it's a non-profit. Hello? What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, sorry, we're going to put the phone number out there before we leave, and then so let me just, because this is the way we can support you too, because you come here, it's not like I'm paying you something and you put all this information, valuable information out there. So how can people support the work that you do, because it's non-profit?
Yes. Okay, I'll first start by saying that people should refer people to us.
Okay.
Yes,
I do that too. Honestly, I do.
Yes, because I mean that does not really directly, like, it's not money and all of that, but I feel like to sustain the work that we do, when people hear about the services that we do. Also, people should follow us on all our social media platforms, because we do online awareness every day of the week. So we dish out some of this information there, and it's something that people can easily access. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, we're on
What's
TikTok.
the name on Facebook?
Okay, on Facebook is at Women Safe House. On Instagram is at Women Safe House. On LinkedIn is at Women Safe House. On X is at Women Safe House 1. We're also on TikTok at Women Safe House also.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So that's the way people can support you, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. I love that. Okay. So now, what message? Okay. We have another call. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So now you're just going to take this question and then you give out the helpline once again. So what message do you have for that woman out there who feel hopeless, who feel trapped, who feel afraid, like, of leaving that abusive relationship? Like, just your last word to them. Like, what message do you have for them? Like, there are people who feel stranded, who feel like their life is finished here. Like, they are just stuck. Like, if they leave, like, there's no help for them. Like, this.
Okay, so my last word to every woman that is listening would be that there is hope. You are not alone. There is life after abuse, and the interesting thing is that life after abuse is even better, is more important than the life within abuse. So there is hope. Don't give up. Speak out. Don't stay silent. Whatever form of abuse or whatever the perpetrator is telling you, threat and all of that, just speak out. Reach out, and everything is going to be sorted out, and you are going to be fine. You're going to rise again.
Thank you so much. That's the word. Reach out. There's life after the abuse. So the helpline, they want to reach out.
Okay, yes. So the helpline again is 081 211 33399, and you can also reach out to us on WhatsApp. You can send a message on WhatsApp.
Call the number once again.
Okay, 081 211 33399.
Wow, thank you so much. And let me use this opportunity once again to appreciate the organization for the work that you do, the life-saving work that you do. It's important. It's critical. I mean, I don't know the adjectives to use again, but then you're appreciated. Women in Ibadan see what you're doing, and we love you. Thank you. We celebrate you, and thank you for coming on my show.
Yes,
it was a short notice, and you agreed to come. I'd even got another guest, because I didn't get to see them immediately, and I had to tell her that it's a big organization I'm hosting. Please. And so thank you very much for coming on the show. And let me thank our listeners, and to also remind them that abuse is not love. Silence is not safety, and that help is available for them, and that's why I kept emphasizing that we should call out the helpline if they need to reach out. So if you have missed any part of today's program, please go back to Melody 100.7 FM Facebook page. You'll see it there. You can also watch on the Ibadan Women's Shelter Foundation page. You can watch it there. Follow me on Facebook. My name is Oluwatoyin Adeyemi, and this is the Women's Shelter on Melody 100.7 FM. I'll see you next week again. Thank you, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Top, and no one is running. I wake up in the morning, tell you what I see on my TV screen.